One of the big things to learn was the magnetic field that the heart emits. And they said, at 30 years ago, they're saying that it was 3 feet on either side of you, all directions of you. And then you go, but why? Well, because that's as far as our measurements can actually, that's as far as our schematics can read. It's probably farther than that, but our technology is just so limited. The EEGs, the technologies of functional MRIs have just, as they have progressed, what is possible and what we are capable has just expanded and expanded and expanded and expanded, right, over time. And I'm sure you could run circles around me with what you've seen and how you've seen the technology increase, and just more vindication, more progress in terms of what we're discovering we're capable of doing. One thing I want to ask is, what do you think the limit is at this point?
I don't think there's a limit. There's only a limit in our understanding and our practice. I think there are specific things people have to do to be a powerful and effective intender. And that's some of the things that I teach in my courses. And I have my biggest course coming up on February 22nd called the Power of 8 Intention Masterclass, where I not only teach people the 13 keys to intention, as I call them, but also how to use intention in their daily life with relationships, overcoming negativity, picking up other people's intentions, using ESP to pick up other people's intentions. It really helps your relationships, and overcoming fear and self-sabotage and all of that. But the key piece of my year-long course is putting people in groups. I put them in groups in their time zone, our team does, and preferred meeting times. And then they have to meet every week for a year, just on Zoom, just for an hour. And what I see is the people who continue to meet week after week after week, pretty much all of them, the people who just stay the course, pretty much all of them have major transformations, whether it is healing some major illness or fixing their finances or starting that new career or writing that book they always intended to write. I've had loads of people who've been promising themselves they're going to write a book for years or even decades who finally do it in the master class, and so much more. So I think the limit that we have is just endless. Watching what happens, the miracles that happen. I've seen thousands of healings now of some variety. New relationships where people do intention together and then somebody pops out, Mr. Right or Miss Right pops out the next week. Even my favorite story is Joy, who was in her 60s and hadn't had a relationship for a long time. And she asked her group to intend for her to have a new relationship and bring love into her life. This is during lockdown and COVID. The next week, a boyfriend of hers from 35 years ago, I swear to you, calls her and they start having a conversation. She is in Australia, he's in the United Kingdom. They start talking, they start communicating, emailing, etc. Upshot is he moves to Australia, goes through quarantine, and they're now happily ever after together. So that is one of my favorite, but there's thousands of stories like that. So I find that the real key here is knowing exactly how to do intention and then doing it with a group.
What's going on, guys? If you like that clip right there, you will love the full interview. You can check that out right there. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and subscribe, because we got a lot of big things coming up in the near future.